Our guest today is Rob Sidon, owner, editor, and publisher of Common Ground, which for 37 years has been this iconic publication in the San Francisco Bay Area covering issues around eco, health, and wellness.
It started in 1974 in the Bay Area, and it really is designed to be a local magazine. It's somewhat unique in the way that it marries a lot of the new ideas that I think are bred here in the Bay Area. It's something that we're quite proud of, actually. Yeah. It's basically distributed through Bay Area outlets, and the greater Bay Area being as far south as Monterey, Carmel, and as far north as Sonoma and the whole East Bay. So it's picked up at yoga studios, it's picked up at Whole Foods. It's sort of like the Whole Food shopper kind of profile. The demographics are hard to know for sure, but we think it's people that are young and old, wealthy and not so wealthy, but they share a common ideal about all sorts of things, whether it's they prefer organic food, they probably have a certain bent towards spirituality, they might like yoga, they might like the arts. It's a kind of a progressive mindset that I think it's the common ground reader.
I mean, not to put a label on anything, should we call them the Metro Spirituals?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's a good one. The Metro Spirituals.
And it seems to be like a theme each month. And sometimes there's the food issue, or the sex issue, or the Burning Man issue, or the music issue. So do you try to take like a thematic approach to each issue?
I do. I think that the themes help ground each issue editorially, but they're all variations of this eco-health, wellness notion. But yeah, it's fun. It makes it fun too. I mean, to go from a sex issue, which is what we did. These are, some of our sex issues recently, to then go to a food issue where we're talking about, GMOs. We're also very well known for having sort of exuberant covers, and that's always been fun. We have a yoga issue. The current issue, which you pointed out, is the green issue. There's a bear in the woods, and of course he's doing a yoga posture. Yeah. Last year I introduced this Bay Pride idea, a Bay Pride issue. So it's all the things that are interesting about the Bay Area. In June we do a music issue as we start to go outdoors. There's a lot of events and festivals in the summertime. And then our summer issue is we've enjoyed doing a bit of a Burning Man preview, yeah, which is a Bay Area phenomenon. That's kind of fun. Then we come and do a yoga issue. September's National, yeah, Yoga Month. Women issue, and then our 37th anniversary issues in November. Sometimes I think the theme of the magazine is sort of bringing marchers and meditators onto the same page. Now we have yoga in every issue. We have food in every issue. We have all sorts of cutting-edge topics in every issue. But I think the life of a yogi, if you want to use that expression, is far greater than just yoga and postures and such. They're interested in sex. I mean, and we don't do sex in a way that's very lurid or anything like that. But then you go to issue-oriented editions like the food issue, where I think we really take a very hard stance on genetically modified food, GMOs. The notion that for the last 10 years only, been eating food that had been genetically modified and somewhat untested, yep, felt like I was being dosed a little bit, mm-hmm, and I felt that was fundamentally uncool, and that there should at least be labeling about that kind of thing.
For specialist magazines like this, usually there's a salon, or there's a conference, or there's a gathering of the community itself. Have you tried to bring the people together, both the readers, the writers, the people who advertise in these magazines, who provide services, around some sort of a common totem pole?
This weekend is Green Festival. Then thereafter there's it's a San Francisco Earth Day. So we're sponsors of these events. These are big events where tens of thousands of people come. There's another event called Deep Green, and then there's the New Living Expo at the end of the month.
Why are all of the trends that you're seeing suddenly so fashionable and surging, whether it's yoga practitioners in the San Francisco Bay Area, the kind of people who are trying to increasingly eat very consciously? What is the tipping point that in the last few years has led a surge in all of the trends that seems to be echoed in your cover stories?
That's a good question. I think over the years, people have been trying to figure out how they can improve their lives. It's pretty natural. Maybe things haven't worked in the past. I mean, traditional medicine and the allopathic kind of, the way doctors prescribe drugs to heal the symptoms of things, but not necessarily get to the root cause of things, is backfired, and a lot of people realize that there's other ways. People are trying to know more about that. They're trying to make their decisions wisely. They're trying to use their influence, their purchasing power as a vote in the way they shop, and we've sort of moved along with the whole foods trend. So, example, I mean, people just want better things. They want health. It's sort of a rise of the feminine, frankly. I think women have come. I think a lot of our readers are women, and they're the ones who are more embracing of these ideas. They just get it intuitively. Yeah, that's right. This is ancient wisdom, and this makes sense.